service, that's $8.27. And it's
Okay, what is $8.27?
The HD DVR service at $11.95. The box at $8 and HBO at $19. And the digital guide at $149. So that's $48.71. Now let's go backwards. Are you with me so far?
Okay, so I asked you before on my last bill. I had a bundled services, premium TV services, for $5.32. But now you're telling me that's $8 and some change. I don't know what that is. Why is there a difference? Ma'am? Oh. I was. No, I wasn't.
Oh, you weren't?
No. So my question is, I need to understand what. Okay, if this Premier TV services, how much did you say that was?
Okay, the Premier rate shows, I'm breaking it down because it shows me $8.27 for the Premier rate, and it comes out correctly.
$8.27.
Sorry, go ahead. $8.27. Just wait me for a moment. $8.27 for the Premier pack. $149 for the digital cable. $11.95 for the HBO DVR services. $8 for the converter. And $19 for HBO.
Okay, so what I have on my last bill was $5.32 for what you call Premier services. I have $1.49 for the digital guide, right? $19 for HBO, $8 for a converter box, $11.95 for HD DVR service, and then $15 for the turbo. So, with the exception of the turbo,
okay,
and the Premier TV, those are the two things that are different. So now you're saying that Premier TV went up to $8.27 from the $5.32 I was being charged before. It may seem like I'm nickel and diming, but you guys are nickel and diming me.
Go ahead.
So my question is, you said that you could get me the Roadrunner Turbo that I never asked to be removed. You can get that back, right? So my question is, what is okay, first of all, why am I being charged for bundled services? Why is there a charge for that? And then why did it go from $8.32 to $8.27?
The bundle service gives you the option of a special discount. So if the service is on a bundle, then you pay a la carte. So it comes up, the total would be more.
But what I'm saying is, I have no choice, ma'am. I have no choice because of the fact that my homeowner association forced me into having Brighthouse. I have no choice. I can't cancel it. I can't pay less than my homeowner association for it. So why should I be penalized for that fact? And then why the fact did it go from $5.32 last month to all of a sudden $8.27 because I'm forced into a bundle and I have to buy everything a la carte?
Mr. Robbins, just remember that we do appreciate your business, really, really do. And once you get we're not really forcing you to get the bundle package, but once we offer you that bundle package, it discounts your services. So you're better off getting that.
You're not answering what I'm, ma'am, you're not answering my question. Why last month was the bundle service charge $5.32 and it's been $5.32. And now you're telling me this bundled service charge, that because of the fact that I don't have a bundle, I have to be charged. Why is it $8.27?
For the bundle pack?
Why did it go from $5.32 to what you're telling me now is $8.27?
The 827 was a special promotion you have had, so that wasn't changed. It's in that bundle package.
Okay, ma'am. I don't see $8.27, ma'am. I don't see $8.27 on this last bill. The last bill that I told you was from the service period 8/18 to 9/17.
Okay.
I see a bundled service. I see bundled services for $5.32. You're telling me that went from $5.32 to $8.27. Why? Are you there, ma'am?
Yeah, I'm looking to see back if a change was made during August to see why it would be discounted. You know, this is... The change was made back on August 14th. So from August, does your bill say from August 18th to September 19th?
No, I said multiple times. It says August 18th to September 17th.
It is coming at 532.
Excuse me?
It is showing 532 for the a la carte package.
So my question is, why the difference? Why was it $5.32 and what you're telling me now is $8.27? And my second question is, why do I have to pay that if I am forced to have my services in a way where I am not able to bundle it? I have no choice but to do it the way that I'm doing it. And if you can't help me, maybe do you have a supervisor that would be able to help me?
Okay. I will. Hold on.
So this is the second supervisor that I'm going to be speaking to.
resolution. I'm the corporate supervisor.
Prior resolution. So you're the third person I've spoken to so far today.
I do apologize.
Did the person explain to you what the situation was?
She mentioned that you had a concern with the billing on your account.
Okay, I've got a. All right, so I'm gonna break this down to you, like I've broken it down to the last two people I've spoken to. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, do you have my account up and everything?
Yes, if I can just make sure I have the correct account, may I verify your name and address?
It's
Thank you. And may I verify only last four of the social, please?
hold on.
Sure.
I have this stuff playing.
Thank you so much, Mr. Robinson. And continue, I'm listening, sir.
All right, so August 14th, I called, and I was concerned because my cable bill just kept on going up and up and up. And was it either last year or the year before, my homeowner association got into a contract with Brighthouse and provided us service, right? So what happened was my HOA went up. So basically said, oh yeah, you get free cable from Brighthouse and you get free internet, but the cost went from me paying Brighthouse itself to my HOA fees going up, right?
Okay.
So I didn't have cable before. We didn't have cable for like a year. We just had the internet, and I just did it how I've done it in the past. So I was like, well, if I'm gonna be forced to have cable as well, I might as well just get the DVR box, just get everything, because doing it over the air and doing all that stuff with computers, it's a little bit time consuming, and it just makes it a little bit easier. So I did all that. And the reason why I called on the 14th, I was just realizing that the fact that with all the features that I'm paying for with Brighthouse, and the fact that I'm paying extra on my HOA, it really was not. It was not saving me money, which is that was the whole point of going through the HOA. You're supposed to be saving money, right? But I found out, adding everything together, I was not saving money. So that was my point in calling, was to try to reduce my bill, if not just by a little bit. So when I spoke to the person, I was like, why am I paying $19 a month for HBO? I just find that a little bit ridiculous. And she was like, that's just what it costs, and blah blah blah. And she was like, look, this is what I'll do for you. I see that you were in a promo at one point, that you're not in that promo anymore. I can put you back in that promo, and I can give you a credit for HBO for a month, right? And I'm like, that's good. You know what I mean? So I'm paying a little bit less, and I got credit for a month of service. And I asked her, everything is staying the same. Nothing is changing. Nothing is changing, sir, Mr. Robinson. Nothing is changing. I'm like, all right, that's great. So I've over about the last week, I've had some internet issues. I called last week. I was able to fix it myself. And then today I was having some internet issues where my speeds were very, very low. They were like one down. It was like dial-up speeds. So I did a screenshot and I sent it to Brighthouse Cares at Twitter, and so he was like, they followed me and they confirmed my information. And I've been doing this for quite a while, where I kind of understand the troubleshooting steps that you should take. So I did all the troubleshooting steps by, restarting, by unplugging the modem, doing all that stuff that it's ingrained in my head because I've called so many times. So by the time the person got back to me on Twitter, they were like, go to the Brighthouse speed test page and do a speed test. And I did a speed test, and I was getting 11 down and 1 up. And they were like, and he was like, that sounds about right for the standard internet speed you should be getting. And I'm like, well, I pay for turbo, And they were like, no, it looks like you called on the 14th and you had that removed. And I was like, I got pissed off, and I was like, no, that's not what happened. I was like, can you have somebody call me? They're like, oh, well, I can't call you. That's not my job, but you can call customer service. So he gave me a number to customer service. I waited on the phone for a half an hour before I spoke to somebody. And it's just transitioned. I spoke to her. I mean, I've been on the phone for exactly 2 hours right now. Exactly 2 hours I've been on the phone, and the majority of that has been on hold. So excuse me if I sound upset. I mean, I really am. And the last person I was speaking to, I basically told her, she was like, look, we can give you, the person, two people before you, so the first person I spoke to said, oh, well, we don't offer turbo anymore. You have to go to the Lightning 30, right? And I'm like, well, how much is that? And she's like, that's $20 a month. And I'm like, so you're telling me all of a sudden that what I had before, which I wasn't even aware that I didn't have it anymore, is no longer available, and you're telling me I have to pay more now for what I thought I already had that I never asked to be removed? And she's like, yes. And I was like, you know what, not for nothing, I understand you're trying to help, but I like to speak to the supervisor, right? So she gets this other person on the phone, which again, I'm on hold for quite a long time before I get to this person, and I broke down everything how I'm breaking down to you, and I feel that, you know, I don't know how you guys do your tiers of service, but not for nothing, she did not help me at all. She didn't help me understand anything. She did say, oh, I can get your turbo back, and I was like, oh, so all of a sudden it's available now, and she'll give me 6 months off the turbo. And I was like, okay, but since we're on the phone, and she was breaking down the charges, right? So I was like, I just want to be sure exactly what I'm paying for. Can you break down what will be there? So she was breaking down the charges, and she started with this Premier TV for $8.27, and that was one of the reasons why I called originally on the 14th, because I didn't understand. Obviously, I have no choice but to get all these options a la carte, because of the fact that I cannot get a bundle like, you know, if I didn't have the HOA thing. So I can't get a bundle. So I asked her, well, first of all, what is this bundle? Why am I paying for a bundled service, right? And then why is it, if you're telling me, you're quoting me at this bundled service price of $8.27, but if you look at my bill, and I'm looking at my last bill, it's been consistently $5.32. And that was one of the reasons why I was calling originally to figure out, why am I being charged for $5.32 or for this bundle? And she said is because when you have a bundle, when you have a traditional bundle, you pay less. And if you choose to go a la carte, then we have to charge you to do that. And I was like, that's not fair, because I had no choice but to have Brighthouse, because of the fact that it's in my HOA now, right? It's in my HOA. I have no choice. I can't stop paying that portion of my HOA, or they're going to put a lien on my property. You know what I mean? So I have no choice. So my first question was, I said, well, thank you for offering me 6 months of turbo, which is all of a sudden available, and it wasn't available with the person I spoke to previously. But can you tell me what this bundle charge is? Can you really break that down, and why the difference of $8.27 that you're telling me and the $5.32 that I'm seeing on my bill?
Okay.
So I know it was, you know, I just kind of spewed out a lot of stuff to you, but you know, that's where I'm at. At the end of the day, you know, I called originally on the 14th because at the whole point of this was to save money, and I did not see myself saving money. And the other fact is, I really have no choice but to stick with Brighthouse, because it's in my HOA, and if I don't pay my HOA, then I'm going to get a lien on my property, and I definitely don't want that for the amount of money that my HOA went up. And I guess the second frustrating thing is I really have no choice, because there's no real competition. I have no choice but to stick with you guys. And it's just frustrating, you know, it's just really, really frustrating because there is no choice. There is no competition. I mean, I could go with freaking, what is it, Bell South or Embark or whatever, but that's not competition. I'm far from the neck. I'm far from that. So the level of service wouldn't be good. And it's just frustrating because I have to deal with stuff like this because there's no competition out there. And I know, like I said, that's way above your pay grade, whatever. But at the end of the day, I need help. I need to understand what I'm being billed, and I want to get back with what I want. That conversation that I had with a person on the 14th, that I assumed that everything was taken care of. That's how I want it to be. You know what I mean? Like it's frustrating because, you know, maybe this is a suggestion that you can provide to somebody, but if I make, or if a customer makes changes, there needs to be some type of follow-up where I get an email or I get a phone call or something, a letter in the mail, and said, hey, we noticed on the 14th of August 2014 you made these changes. Here is the breakdown of the changes that you made. So I obviously you guys don't do that, right? So all I have to go on is what somebody tells me. And what that person told me on the 14th is not what happened on my account, obviously.
I see. Well, let me go over everything. I'll gladly certainly address it, and thank you for explaining everything, and I'll certainly look into your concern is our concern. We certainly want to make things better so that they're crystal clear and to your account as far as your billing. So I'll certainly look into that for you. Now, let me take a look into what you had previously here, because anything that was Roadrunner Turbo, that is one of the comments that you made, that has been discontinued based on our system doesn't even, whoever has it can
but see, I did not ask for it. See, that's the thing that frustrates me. I never asked for it to be taken away. I did not ask for it to be taken away. So now, if it's all of a sudden gone and I was grandfathered in, right? The first thing that somebody should have said is, hey, by the way, I see that you're grandfathered into Turbo, right? I wouldn't, if you want to keep Turbo, I wouldn't change anything, right? The second thing, I wasn't even told that it was not available, and I wasn't even told that it was removed from my account. And then now I'm telling, hey, we only have the option of going to Lightning 30, which costs $5 more than what you were paying before. So it's like, I'm damned if I do, I'm damned if I don't. Especially because the fact that I didn't, on that conversation on the 14th, I didn't get any type of follow-up and say, hey, this is what you did. This is what we removed. This is what we added. I asked her, is everything going to be the same? If what I have right now, is it what I'm going to have when you make these changes? Yes. Yes, Mr. Robinson. That is correct.
Now, let me look into the account. If you went to the 30, if you give me a moment, I can tell you what your monthly rate would be. Just a moment. One moment. And also I'm showing the rate that you have with the standard, which is the 10 megabytes. It's actually a special rate. I don't want to make your rate go up, but I just want to see what the rate would be.
Okay, did you even hear what I said? I said that my HOA has a contract with Brighthouse, where the HOA provides standard cable and standard internet, supposedly at no cost, right? Obviously, there is a cost because my HOA went up. So I don't think you truly understood that. So let me reiterate that again. If I were to take everything out of my account and remove everything, I still would have standard cable and I still would have standard internet, and I would not have to pay for that because I'm paying for that through my homeowners association. I said that in the very beginning of our conversation.
I understand. As far as what I'm showing on your account, standard, basic, and standard TV services included, which are HOA.
Correct.
That's what I'm showing on your account. As far as internet, I don't show that as part of what's provided by the HOA.
Okay, well, you need to double check because it is.
I'm viewing it right now.
Well, why don't you do this? Why don't you look at my history and look at what I had for the last 6 months?
Sure. One moment. Yeah, absolutely right. You see, as standard internet was included, but the turbo was an additional fee of $15. That's what I was showing is on your account. Changing it. I certainly do see that on your account. Now, let me see what we can work out to correct this for you on your account. Well, do you mind if I place in a very brief hold?
I've been on the phone for 2 hours and 11 minutes, just to let you know.
Okay. If you like, I can call you back in just a moment.
No, I didn't ask for a call back. I want to get this taken care of.
Okay. Sure. Give me just a moment. May I place on hold?
Yes.
Thank you.
What?
far as what you had previously, so not able to get it back in the system, best I would be able to do in this case is actually give you credit for the difference and actually add the 30 megabytes onto your account. I'll tell you the rate, and I'll tell you what I'm able to do in this case, Mr. Robinson. I sincerely apologize. Certainly going to have that addressed. But in this case, we can only use the code, what's available now, which is the Lightning 30, which is comparable to what you had. Your monthly rate would be 80.01.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. That you understand that if you look at that and you look at what I was paying before, and then if you look at the amount of money that I'm paying on my HOA, that makes this. And the fact that I'm forced to have it, that's unacceptable. That's unacceptable. When the only thing that I called on 8/14 was to see if I can get a better rate based on the fact that I thought I was paying too much money. And she said yes. I said, is everything going to stay the same? Am I going to have exactly what I had before? The answer was yes. So that's unacceptable. That's unacceptable.
I understand what you're saying. This is best I can credit you for 3 months in reference to this. The difference, which would bring you to the 45 for those 3 months. Afterward, it would be 80.01. I certainly understand, and this is the best we can do in this case.
Is there a supervisor somebody else that I can speak to? Because this is ridiculous.
I do apologize. Above me, it would require a 72-hour callback. I am at the corporate office, but in this case, I certainly understand what you're saying, but this would be the best I can do in this case. I'll gladly do a 3-month credit.
Okay, well, why did the person prior to you offer me 6 months, and now all you can do is 3 months?
I don't see any notation of 6 months. I'd gladly do the 3 months. Anything further, not able to. It is something I completely understand what you're saying. If you would like to maintain what you have, as far as the way it is now, that it's currently. Give me a second. Right now, with the 10 megabytes, your monthly rate. 1 second. Let me get out of your account completely.
She just told me that she would give me 6 months, and now you're telling me because it's not notated?
Yes, I do see it's not notated that she would give you 6 months.
Okay, well then can you reach back out to her? Because she transferred you. I mean, obviously you see that I mean, I used to do customer service, so I know that if somebody touched an account, you can see who it is and look them up. Can you reach out to her? Because she said 6 months, and now you're telling me 3 months.
Yes, sir. I'll certainly reach out to them and advise them.
Advise them to what? Ask if she said 6 months?
Yes, that's correct, sir. Because when something is incorrect, I'll certainly gladly, 3 months is what the max is. So in this case, this is what we can do in this case. I'll gladly reach out. Give me a moment. See who it was you spoke with. One moment. Okay, do you mind if I place you on a brief hold? I'm going to reach out to them. Is that okay?
Yes, it's okay.
Thank you so much. out to them. They're not picking up at this time. What I can certainly, once I get the information correctly, I can certainly reach back to you as far as what was promised. And I'm taking your word for it, but best we can do is 3 months. If it was something different, she perhaps can do it on her end, and I'll do the other credit on my end. But in this case, I would have to follow up with that agent who spoke with you previously. Now,
So can you answer my other questions? Like what is the difference between $8.27 for the I asked a bunch of questions in the very beginning. You haven't addressed those either. Like what I was being charged $5.32 for a bundled service, and then now she told me that it's $8.27. Why? First off, what is that charge? And then why is it higher?
Sure, I can go over that with you. Now, what I'm showing, based on the breakdown of what I'm showing previously on your account, it was a different type of bundle promotion in which you had the Roadrunner Turbo, $15. They're showing you $11.95 for your DVR service. And this is what I'm looking at from June, if you can meet.
Well, again, I'm looking at the last bill that I looked at was not June. It was August 18th to September 17th. So if you can look at that one, then we'll be both on the same page.
Sure, I'll probably review that one. As for Premiere TV.
Okay. So Premiere TV, what is that, and why was I on my last bill? Why was it $5.32, and now all of a sudden it's $8.27? Like what is that?
Sure. I'm showing that change that took place.
Let me guess, on the 14th?
14?
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
When I asked, I was like, the only thing I'm doing is giving you a promotion to give you a lower rate, which what I was told. Are you changing anything, ma'am? No, I am not changing anything. I'm just giving you a promotion to give you a better rate. And now all of a sudden I'm paying more.
Well, I certainly completely understand. Now, as far as that Premiere TV, you had it previously. It was $5.32, and then I'm showing on the next one the bill that's going from. I'm looking through my screen. I'm actually going to pull up your exact bill so I can take a look at compared to the one that I'm viewing at in my system right now.
Okay, I thought you had already done that.
I have it in a different format. That's why, sir. Because when anything is changed, usually it gives a prorate charge. But as far as a breakdown of monthly, I can see it here. Premiere TV is $8.27. That's the standard rate for that now.
Okay, this is really ridiculous. I really would like to speak to somebody, because the person that I spoke to gave me so much wrong information, and now I'm paying more than I was before. I shouldn't have never even called on the 14th.
I have to apologize. If you request it, I can certainly have it.
Okay, but I want you to help me. I still want to speak to somebody, but I want you to help me. I'm not telling you that I don't want you to help me and I'm going to put it off to somebody else. I still need help, but I still would like to speak to somebody else.
Sure, we can certainly have both done. I'm here to help, sir. Anything I can do to help you in this case is my pleasure. So in reference to that billing, I do see that's the standard fee. Now, as far as, and I'm looking at it right now, one second. The 532 is a prorate of the change.
What do you mean it's a prorate from the change? It's been the same for the last couple bills. $532 is not a prorated amount. On my last bill, it says the following are charges for your monthly services from August 18th to September 17th. That's 1 full month of service.
Yes, sir.
So 532 is not prorated.
Because I certainly see the charge that you had before the 532 for the Premier. In the previous months.
How much is it just for cable and basic, and like internet and basic cable? You get rid of the
I do see the adjustment. There was also an adjustment. The agent must have applied on the 14th as well of $22.07, which I'm showing on the account.
Okay. I mean that's appreciated, but at the end of the day, I want to make sure that my bill goes down. I just don't. I appreciate. I thank her for that credit, but what I'm trying to do is make sure my costs go down.
Sure. Now, as far as your cost, let me take a look at the equipment you have. You have the digital adapters, high definition box. As far as promotional-wise, you're actually on the best one. I don't have anything lower to bring your rate down.
Okay, that's because, you know why? It's because she changed it, and now it's more... If you look at what I was paying before, and you compare that to what I'm paying now, minus any credits, I'm paying more. Is that... Can you look at that? Can you break down my charges? If I'm paying more. If I were to have... Now I'm required to have... the Lightning 30, which is $20. If you add those all up, $827, $49, $11.95, $8.19, and $20, that's more than what I was paying before.
I do see that, and so I'm showing you last made that change on the 14th.
I didn't make any change. I was told that I was getting into a promo that would keep everything the same. I would be paying less, and she would credit me 1 month of service for HBO. I didn't ask for her to change anything, and I've said that to you multiple times.
I understand, sir. To bring your rate down, I don't have anything more I can do on your account as far as promotional rates, and I understand what you're saying, that the agent made change on the 14th, and now you're paying more. I'm sorry that transpired. I want to certainly help you in issuing credit and warrant for 3 months for any inconvenience in reference to that. But that's the best we can do in this case. As far as rate-wise, everything as far as billing does look to be correct. That's billing standpoint. And right now I'm showing the monthly rate without making any change on your account to clarify. With the estimated tax is $55.77, to be exact. Without tax, I'm showing your monthly rate $48.71.
Okay, what about the turbo that I had that was taken off without my knowledge?
As far as that, since we're not able to apply that back, I'm willing to certainly credit the difference in reference for 3 months. That's the best we can do in this case. If I had a way we can add it back on, it'd be my pleasure to do that, but we don't offer.
So can you go back to the person? Can you go back to the person I spoke to on the 14th?
Yes.
Can you reach out to this person now?
It would require, if they're not available today, I wouldn't be able to reach out, but I'd gladly, follow up with them in reference to the changes that were made.
So at the end of the day, I'm gonna get helped out for the next 3 months. But after 3 months, then I'm responsible to pay more than what I was paying before.
For somebody else's screw up.
for somebody's error. That's not my fault.
I completely understand, sir.
I mean, you can say you understand all you want, but what can you do about it? And if you can't do anything about it, who can?
As far as fixing your account and putting something that we don't no longer offer.
But that's not. Did you? I mean, are you hearing what I'm saying? That's not my fault. I did not ask them to change it. All I did was said, hey. And I'm not going to even go into everything that I just told you, but I said, by doing this, are you going to be changing my services? No. Everything that you have will stay the same. The only thing I'm doing is enrolling you in a discount that will give you a discount, I think she said, for 12 months. That's not my fault. Again, I say again, all I have to go on is what I am told. Right? So there was no follow-up email. There was no type of communication after the 14th that said, hey, Amir, you did these changes. Here is a breakdown of these changes. And if I had seen something, if that had come to me and I had seen something based off that was different than our conversation, I would have called immediately, right? But I didn't find this out until what's today, the 6th of September. And that's because my internet was shoddy this morning. So again, if you cannot help me, I need you to get me in contact with somebody that can resolve this issue, because I shouldn't have to be on the. I've been on the phone for 2 hours and 44 minutes now, and most of that was on hold. You're the third person I've spoken to today, and this is beyond frustrating, because first off, it's not like I could be like, you know what, I'm done with Brighthouse. The first reason why I can't do that is because I'm locked into this relationship through my HOA, right? I had no choice. I had to go with it. And second, there is no competition. I can't just go and say, you know what? I'm not gonna go with Brighthouse Cable. I'm gonna choose ABC Cable or 123 Cable. I can't do that. I've been on the phone for almost 3 hours.
I can request that call to be pulled so we can listen to see exactly what transpired, what was accepted, what was and wasn't accepted. We'll take 48 to 72 hours to get that reviewed and pulled and certainly addressed. But based on that, what's already been changed, it still comes down to what's already been changed and what you're paying now. We're not able to get you back to that rate, but I can certainly credit for the 3 months for you.
Okay, this is not the end resolution. This is what you can do. But this is not the end resolution. I expect something else to be done when I speak to somebody else. So, can you break down what my charges will be?
Sure.
So $8.27 for this Premier TV, which I paid $5.32 before.
Why do you have to have that?
Because I have to.
Well, why?
Because I've got a DVR. It's all, they charge separately, but it's all one thing. So okay, so that's that's $8.27. What else?
Sure.
Hello?
$1.49.
That's $1.49 that's for the digital guide, right?
Yes. $19 for the HBO.
And just take HBO now.
Okay.
Give me a moment.
So far we've got $8.27, $1.49, and $19.
Also $8 for your box. $11.95 for DVR service. $8 for to already have the $8 for the box.
All right, so again, let me break this down because you kind of went backwards. I'm hoping you went backwards. You said $8.27, $1.49, $19, $18, and we stopped off at $11.95.
Correct. That is correct. And I'll go over standard monthly fee with the tax. Without tax is $48.71. With the tax is $55.
Okay, well, what about the faster? The whole reason why I initiated this phone call today was because I found out that I had been dropped down to the standard internet. That's the whole reason why I initiated this phone call. So now the Lightning 30 is $20 because you don't offer turbo anymore, right? So let's add that back because again, I want the same level of service I had before, which the Lightning 30 which would give me, right?
Yes. You can add that on. Give me a second. I'll tell you this would change your rate, but I'll go over that.
And that's $20, right?
Just a moment while I add. I'll clarify on that. A moment. Yes, it's $20 additional, sir. So your total, adding the Lightning 30 instead of the standard, would bring your total to $80.01.
That's fucking ridiculous.
And I also see a charge.
Okay, why? Okay, I'm getting something different. Where do you get $80 from?
Sure, I'll go over the price.
Let me add this up. Let me add this up again. Right, $8.27 for Premiere TV, $1.49 for the digital guide, $19 for HBO, $8 for a converter box, $11.95 for the DVR service, and then $20 for the Lightning 30. That's $68.71.
I'm also showing the digital adapters on the account.
Okay, those digital adapters should be free.
I'm showing them at a charge in this case.
Okay, well, again,
How much is it to cancel it and then go back and get it?
Hello?
Again, I'm not supposed to be paying for those digital adapters. I got something in the mail saying that those digital adapters would be free. If you look on my previous bill, I'm not charged anything for those digital adapters.
Sure, I'll certainly have that addressed with the billing department. We'll get that corrected on your account. If you give me a second, I'll get that taken care of for you as we speak. Give me a second.
So what am I being charged for these digital adapters now, since the 14th? Because obviously all these changes happen on the 14th.
It's $2 for the digital adapters.
$2 a month. $2.
$2.
Excuse me.
$2. Right now it's showing a total of $4. So it's $2 each.
Okay, so $4 plus the $68 is $72.71. I don't understand where you're getting the $80+ from.
I'll go over everything. This is what I'm showing my system. I can get that. If we were to remove the digital adapters, that would bring you a second. What I'm going to do in this case, I'm going to refer this to our billing department so we can get your account corrected as far as your digital adapters. Now, as far as what your statement reflects and what the system's showing, I can check if there's any billing error in this case, because I'm actually getting the following rate. Just give me a moment. I'm getting $72.71. That's what I'm getting with everything that I'm showing on your account. It looks like instead of $2, it looks like our system is billing $4 for the adapters. So that's where it comes out to $72.71. To remove the $4, it'll drop your rate down further. So you would not be at the $80.01.
Okay, where do you get $80.01? Is that with tax?
That's with the tax included. The tax is showing to be $9.70.
Okay, so you said that you were going to give me the Lightning service free for 3 months. I was told 6 months, but like I said, that's for another conversation because you obviously said you can't do anything.
At this point, no. I'd have to trying to get a response from that agent.
So is that a one-time credit or is that a recurring $20 credit for the next 3 months?
It's a one-time lump sum credit. So I'll gladly do that for you. Would you like me to upgrade you to the Lightning 30?
Well, I mean, if I cannot get the turbo back that I never asked for it to be removed, and I don't want standard, then yes.
Okay. A moment.
Now, does Lightning 30 require a DOCSIS 3 modem?
It does require a DOCSIS 3 modem, so I'd have to send
I don't have a DOCSIS 3 modem.
I understand. I would have to get an appointment scheduled out. Because whenever there's Lightning, an upgrade to Lightning 30, we have to roll out a truck and send a technician out.
See, do you see the ridiculousness of this?
I apologize, but I know we have to certainly get somebody out to get you that speed. Can't do it just switching it on. I have to get a technician out there.
So then I have to be charged to have a technician come out.
I'm willing to waive that fee as a courtesy, so you will not be billed that fee.
So I can't just go pick up a DOCSIS 3 modem and install it myself?
No, we have to roll a truck, sir.
And am I going to be charged an install fee for that?
No, due to the circumstances, I'll waive it, but keep in mind, the Lightning installation's $50, and and then there's a $39.95 fee. I can schedule it. I'm not going to bill you for that due to the issues, but should you accept, this is not only the 3 months, but also giving you the installation at no charge, which is
You shouldn't have.
But do you want? Are you? Do you? This should not even have been an issue. I have no choice but to go to Lightning 30 because I don't want. And the way my job is, I work from home 2 days a week, and I need faster internet. And and the turbo I was fine with turbo. Turbo worked fine, but because you don't have a mid tier anymore, then I have no choice. So I appreciate what you're doing, but you're not doing me a favor.
It shouldn't have been done in the first place.
that's the only thing we can do. I know how it's not a favor. I want to help you out. Now, the earliest day I can have you installed with the DOCSIS 3 modem would be Thursday.
I work from home on Mondays and Fridays.
Okay. So as far as what day would be convenient for you to get installed, what will work out for you in this case?
I work from home on Mondays and Fridays.
Would a Sunday 8 to 12 work, or a 1 to 6?
I work from home on Mondays and Fridays, so that would mean I would be available on Monday or a Friday.
Okay. Would an 8 to 12 work for you Monday?
That would be fine.
Okay, just a moment. Moment. Okay. And what would be the best contact phone number for you in this case?
The number that's on my account.
Okay. Just a moment.
Okay, you want to do food trucks?
I'll go ahead and apply the credit to your account. It's a one-time courtesy. Give me a moment. And like I mentioned, I did not charge the installation fee. Regular, it's $50, $39.95. So you will not see it on the bill. And give me a second. I'll go ahead and grab
You mentioned two fees in
Yes.
reference to Lightning 30.
Yes,
What fees were those?
$50 and a $39.95 fee. I did not charge you those fees.
Okay.
So let me go ahead and apply the difference. 1 second.
You can go to Comcast. They don't hang up. They're not going to be back.
Oh, you gotta be fucking kidding me, man.
See?
Fucking hung up.
Do you even know his name?
3 hours and 1 minute.
Why don't you just do the internet? Why have all the extra stuff for cable? We don't need it.
Thank you for calling Brighthouse. This is Patty. How may I help you?
Hello, Patty. I need to speak to a supervisor in corporate. I was, unfortunately, I think that I was either hung up on or disconnected. I had spoken to one person, then the supervisor, and then that supervisor transferred me to another supervisor. So I would assume it's the third supervisor. And he said he was in corporate.
Corporate isn't in on the weekend, so it was probably a regular.
I don't know. Again, I'm going based on what I was told.
Okay. Yeah, it looks like I do see where they noted that the call dropped and another call came in, so they weren't able to call back. I can definitely get you over to another supervisor, though.
How long is it going to take? I was on the phone for 3 hours, and now I've been on the phone I've been waiting on hold I've been on the phone for 20 minutes waiting to speak to somebody else. So I've been dealing with this for almost 3.5 hours today.
Right. I'm not sure of how long their hold time is. I can check, and if it looks like it's going to be a while, I can come back and let you know.
All right, thank you.
But I don't know exactly because I haven't called back.
All right, and are you transferring me to the last tier of supervisor? Because I also requested a call back from his supervisor.
Okay, if they forward it to their supervisor, normally it takes time for them to respond. What I would be sending you to is the regular supervisor department.
Okay, and then I got transferred to a supervisor after that. So I was on the phone and I spoke to 3 people. I spoke to the front line, which is you. Then I asked to speak to a supervisor. That person transferred me to somebody else. And I asked to speak to another supervisor, and then I was transferred to the person that I just got off the phone with.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, all we can do is if you request a supervisor, we send you to our supervisors.
Okay, can you see what was done in the system?
Supervisor, I don't know how that would go.
Can you see what was done before you transfer me?
Sure. See what was done as far as your account?
Yes.
It looks like right now there's a credit on the account of $140.19. So let me see what they did. I was checking through the notes to see. It looks like I'm not showing as far as what was done.
They were supposed to have scheduled a somebody to come out to install the DOCSIS 3 modem, which I don't understand why somebody has to come out to do that, but okay. And they were supposed to add Lightning 30 to my services, and they were supposed to forward my information to the billing department to see why I'm being charged for digital adapters that I was told when I got something in the mail that they would be for free.
Okay. As far as the appointment, there is an appointment in there for Monday between 8 and 12, and that is for the Lightning 30 for them to change up the modem. As far as the adapters, you get 2 adapters at no charge. Anything over 2, then they charge you for any additional adapters.
I was not charged for any adapters at all. So I don't know. Again, he was forwarding that information all over to somebody. When somebody made changes on my account on August 14th that they messed up. They messed up big time, and I've been on the phone for 3 hours trying to get it taken care of. So
yeah.
And he also said that he would provide me. I'm sorry, I apologize. He also said that he would provide me a credit for the Lightning services for 3 months. He said that he would also credit the charges for the person to come out. He said it was $50 and $39. So 50 plus $39.99 plus 3 months of Lightning is $60. That's $149.99.
Okay. And like I said, right now it's showing you have a credit of $140.19. So it looks like they did issue the credit to the account, like they said they would.
Okay, well, $140.19 is not $149.99.
Okay, so you're saying they said $149.99?
Well, I am adding up the charges. Okay. So he said that there was hold on.
It's a difference of $9.80. I can credit the difference. That's not a problem. Give me just a minute. Okay, so I issued another credit of $9.80 to the account. So then, as far as your credits, those adjustments have been issued.
Can you confirm? Can you reach out to the individual and make sure that he has set up he said that it takes 72 hours to get a call back. Can you confirm that was done?
From their supervisor?
Yes.
Okay, let me double check for you. Can you hold for just a moment?
Yes.
Thank you. Thanks for holding. Okay, we did check, and that escalation has been submitted, so you will receive a callback within 72 hours.
All right, and then can I ask you a question? If for some reason I don't receive a phone call, can you notate the account to, because like, you know, things happen and sometimes I miss phone calls, to email me, because I would like to speak to somebody.
Sure, I can put that on the notes here and let them know. Okay, so what I'm going to do is put the email if you don't get an answer. And what is the best email to reach you at?
It's
at gmail.com. Okay, so I have gone ahead and put that on there as well, so they will have that information.
okay.
Okay, so I submitted that, so then that's all set there. And were there any other questions I can help you with?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, well, you're all set then. You have a good day, okay?